The story of Pretty Boy. The evening of October 4th, 2018. In the fall of 2017, I started seeing and getting trail cam photos of a pretty nice 2.5 or possibly 3.5 year old buck. He was pretty visual. I was getting a lot of pictures of him. Some bucks have easily recognizable markings, but this buck I named Pretty Boy had a light area just underneath his throat patch. September of this year, on one of the mock scrape limbs I put out, I started getting pictures of Pretty Boy. If you recall my decoy video from 2017, I had a great encounter with him, but I let him go so he could grow. This year I started getting some pretty good pictures of a good deer that I followed his growth in 2018. I even found Pretty Boy's right shed in March. Looks like he's just dropped in this photo. By mid-July, I was starting to get some good pictures of him. He's definitely starting to show potential. He was even showing his dominance in velvet in July. Here's a chokecherry limb that I wired to a ironwood tree. And you can see these two bucks are coming in here and working it, and one of them happens to be Pretty Boy. So he was pretty comfortable hanging around in daylight here on my farm. So now I had to devise a plan. Normally, I wait till October and early November. I've got the thick cover, plenty of does, and that always attracts the pre-rut bucks during daylight. So in late May, I planted soybeans in my secluded, hidden destination field. They germinated quickly and took off, growing taller than any of the years before. And that might be because we had a lot more rain this year than last year. By the middle of August, the beans were tall enough to hide the does when they wandered out about 20 yards into the field. There's another doe's head just popping up. So I devised a simple plan. Because the beans were so tall, I thought I would mow some paths through the soybeans that converge right at the scrape tree. And then, in addition to overseeding all the thin areas like I usually do in the soybeans, I also seeded the paths with winter rye and some crimson clover. They developed into paths of lush green. So the afternoon of October 4th, 30-degree temperature drop, high pressure system, north winds. It was just great. I was going in. So October 4th, 5 p.m., first hunt of the season. I really was there for observation, didn't really know what I'd encounter. The water tub was full and the path leading to it was green with growth. A doe and twins was following the plan. It was a pretty active night, but about 6:40 p.m. a small buck is feeding, but he keeps looking off to the east. So I had to wiggle my camera around and kind of lift it off the tripod to shoot through this hole in the pine tree. But sure enough, when he lifted his head and I zoomed in, I could tell, yep, that's Pretty Boy. What was the chances of that? My first hunt, first set, and I've got one of the bucks that I was really hoping I'd be able to see this fall out in front of me. Early season's all about food, and he's inhaling those brassicas and beans right now. Which honestly, he's tormenting me because he's about 57 yards away. I ranged him with my rangefinder. Just too long of a shot for me to be comfortable with. But he sure looked good standing out there feeding with those big G2s and G3s sticking up. He was filling his tummy, that's for sure. He started moving to the west, and he came to my first mowed path going through the beans. Now the wind is coming from his back to the north. He thought about walking down that path, but like all mature bucks, he knew better. He would have been tailwinding. So, as you can see, he backs up and says, you know what, I'm going to go clear down to the west end. Maybe I'll hook around and try that other path. So I had to watch this buck for just about, I'm going to say right about a half an hour or more. Pretty soon his little buddy ends up right up there close underneath my scrape tree. You'll see him kind of jump here, and there's a buck out of camera that's eating and coughing. Pretty boy's right behind him, so I turned my camera off. I moved the tripod out of the way so it wouldn't interfere with anything with a shot, and it didn't take long, and I took my shot.
Okay, it is October 4th, about 10 minutes after 7. It's my first hunt, and I just killed my target buck. Incredible. Just like it was supposed to be. So lots of deer. Really was amazing. So we're going to go do the recovery. So stick with me. And shot it out of my bank's blind right up here. So right on the food plot. Who'd have thought, huh? Very cool. So here's the story. You can see these paths that I mowed in the beans, and I mowed these paths in the beans about 3 weeks ago, right up to the scrape tree. You can see I overseeded it with rye and crimson clover. Right there's my blind, and that buck was standing right under that cedar tree when I shot him. So let's go see. Well, looks like my scrapes are getting a little bit of use. Of course, we got some good scrapes here. He walked right up in here. He was standing right here somewhere. I'll look for my arrow.
Now that's a pretty good sign, isn't it?
But of course, he went right through these beans right here. You can see where he went through. But I'm gonna take this mowed path just because it's easier. But I saw him fall down. This was just amazing. So, oh my gosh, look. See that belly? Those antlers? Look what we have here. Oh my God. Oh my gosh. Wow. What a good one. What a good deer. Oh yeah. Oh my gosh, look at him. And what a shot, huh? Oh my God, what a big deer. Oh my gosh, look at this. Look at this. So, well, look at that. There's the exit hole. Man. Holy Toledo, what a nice buck. What a nice buck. I'm thrilled. Holy smokes, October 4th. Laying in the brassicas.
So the following morning, Anea helped me take some good pictures in between the rainstorms. So thanks a lot for watching my story of Pretty Boy. Good luck to everyone out there that's hunting this fall. Be safe and remember to enjoy every moment. For more habitat and hunting information, be sure to visit my Facebook page, Habitat Solutions 360.